Here we have y equals the cosine of x. Remember, the cosine starts at 1, dips to 0, down to -1, back up to 0, and then back up to 1. Repeats at the period 2 pi, and farthest it goes up is 1, farthest it goes down is 1, so the amplitude is 1. Here's how my simple mind has to remember which one starts at 1 and which one starts at 0. So sine starts at 0, which looks like the word so, or if there's any Mortal Kombat fans out there, like Sub-Zero, right? My parents never let me play Mortal Kombat back in the day. And then cosine starts at 1, and I just remember the word cone like that, right? So now if you look at the second one, y equals the cosine of x plus 3. Usually we said it starts at 1, but now it's up at 4, right? And then it goes to 0, but now it's up at 3. Then it goes to -1, now it's up at 2. So everything has been shifted vertically 3 units up. Vertical shift of 3. Now, where do you think that comes from in the formula? Good thinking. Good thinking. Here's the y equals cosine of x. And here it is, cosine of x minus 3 pi. But it's in parentheses with it. That might be different than if it was outside the parentheses. So let's take a look at 3 pi-ish. Here's 3 pi. And the graph's at 1. Then it dips to 0 and -1. Oh my gosh. That looks like that's where the graph starts, right? These squiggles go on forever in both directions, but it starts 3 pi to the right. Interesting. The graph is shifted 3 pi to the right. Huh. Oh. It was shifted 3 pi to the right? I wonder where that would be in the formula. There. All right, given this is cosine, what do you think the equation of this graph? So we said typically cosine starts at 1, and this is at -2. Also, cosine typically dips down and then back up like that. So this goes up, which is kind of strange. So maybe it's reflected. Maybe that would be like where we could shift one direction. Where does it start dipping down? Well, we could say it starts dipping down here. So that could be the start of the cosine. Now, where is that? That's at pi. But it's also, remember, it usually starts at 1, and now it starts at 0. So now it's also shifted down 1 unit. So we could say like y equals the cosine, in parentheses, remember that's the right or left shift. And we said it was shifted to the right, pi. That's where it started. So that'll say x minus pi. And we'll talk about all these translations and the formulas for it in a little bit here. And then it was shifted down 1 unit. That comes at the end. Talking shifts. Don't worry. Actually, at the bottom half of this page. Here's sine of x. Here's negative sine of x. You'll see all it did was get reflected over the x-axis. So instead of going up, then down, then up, then down, it goes down, then up, then down, then up, right? So it reflected over the x-axis. Start the next one.